Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper&Twine and welcome to day 10 of 31 days of Christmas crafting. It is the most beautiful sunny day here in the UK. Unfortunately, I am still full of cold, so I'm hoping this will be a quick one, but I've got some ideas I want to share with you for some Christmas cards because I haven't made any cards yet, and you know, at heart I am a card maker. And I'm going for a white on white look. So I've grabbed some white card and a little bit of my favourite sparkle card for a little bit of an accent. I'm quite sad I'm running out of this. I thought I'd got loads, but I'm coming to the end of my collection of it. I'll have to use all the holographic up next before I purchase anything else, I think. But I don't very often use embossing folders. But I do quite like the look at Christmas, and I have got an awful lot of embossing folders. I don't know why, because as you know, I very rarely use them, but I've gone through my stash and I've found some Christmas ones, so I'll just share those with you. I've got this one. It is a nativity, and it also cuts out the stars, so you can see the dies there. There's a bit of, is that paper stuck in there? No, oh yeah, so a nice big die there. You could use that on another project. So there's that one. I've got this Tim Holtz one that I like. It's like the calendar of December. You probably can't see these very well. What if I put a piece of paper behind? I've got some black card here. That might show it better, mightn't it? Oh no, even better, I've got some brown. Is that better? That's better, isn't it? You can see. I'll bring that first one back in, so you can see that better now. Sorry, I really am still struggling, but I want to, you know, keep my promise of 31 days of Christmas crafting. I am going to be going back to bed and catching up on some YouTube videos after this. I am so behind with everybody. And this one I really like. I don't know where this shmoo has come from on it. Yes, maybe need to give this a bit of a wash. But stag with the trees and snowflakes and a star embedded, so that is a card there in itself. I really like that one. I haven't got a falling snow background one. I love the falling snow on this. Really, you know, I just like the effect of it. And Stamping Up did a embossing folder, and I think it was called Falling Snow or Deeply Falling Snow or something, and I knew I should have bought it when I saw it, because it's discontinued now, and I just love the look of it. If anybody has got that Stamping Up embossing folder and they'd be willing to sell it to me, drop me an email at paperandtwine44@gmail.com. I'm really keen to get my hands on one. So I've grabbed this out. I think this is a Crafter's Companion as a kind of falling snow one. We'll see how we get on with that. This is just a little one, quite nice, the little different images on there. Another Tim Holtz one with the stars. I've had these many years. Another Tim Holtz one with Christmas words on it. Merry, Noel, joy, love, Christmas, believe, 25, jingle. Yes, that's quite nice. This old one, you can see that one because it's coloured. I think this is a Sheena Douglas one. I think we will have done a workshop at Hazel's with this back in the day, and I was, you know, inspired into buying the embossing folder. So St Paul's Cathedral and a little bit of Big Ben and Houses of Parliament. A snowflake one. It's quite nice for backgrounds. Another word one. A snowflake. A snowflake swirl. So you'd probably have this as a card blank and something, you know, stamp sentiment or die cut a sentiment in the corner there, and another snowflake one. And this is a 3D one that I haven't even got out of the pack. £6.99. you can see the Christmas tree there. Again, I think we will have done a workshop with Hazel using this back in the day. So I'm going to grab some pieces of white card and run these through my die cutting machine. So I've run some bits of white card through my cut and emboss machine, and this one gave me a bit of jip actually. Normally on my machine I use my base plate and my 2 cutting plates, and the embossing folder goes in between the 2 cutting plates, and it's absolutely fine. This, it wouldn't go through, it was too thick, so I tried with my B plate, which is kind of like well, I'll show you just very quickly. So this is a well-loved cutting plate. You need 2 of those for a normal embossing folder on top of your base plate, but that was too thick, this just wouldn't go through. So I tried with my B plate, which I need for a good die cut on a lot of things, and that wouldn't go through well enough just on its own. So I needed this as well, which is another kind of thin shim, but that's boring, you don't want to know that. But yeah, the snowflakes haven't embossed very well at all. The tree's okay. I guess this is made for a Gemini machine, and that's probably why it didn't work. But I've got lots of backgrounds here to play around with, or card fronts, or whatever you want to do with them. I think that's quite impressive looking. And St Paul's Cathedral, we did this, I remember now, on black and used gilding wax to bring out the detail, which was nice. Snowflake background. This is one of the Tim Holtz ones. You've got a bit of emboss and deboss. Another snowflake one, a star one. This is my favourite, and I've got a simple card that I want to do with that. Snowfallish. Yeah, I don't know whether I said in the first part, because yeah, I'm really not with it. Stamping Up did a snowfall one, which was a bit more like this, with random dots and quite a lot of white space in between, and I didn't buy it when I saw it, and it's discontinued now. If anybody has that Stamping Up Snowfall, I think it's called, or Deeply Falling Snow embossing folder, that they would be prepared to sell me, and I'll pay postage as well, I would just be so happy. If anybody could help me out with that, I'd be really, really happy. The Tim Holtz Calendar, I did 2 of those because one seemed a bit on the skew. This is quite a nice little one actually, a little Derice I think it is, but you've got emboss and deboss on that, so you can use either side and pick up little bits of detail. You could cut little bits of this down. This gave me another bit of trouble. This is my normal 300 GSM card, and it's supposed to cut these bits out, and you can see that it didn't. So I tried on a thinner weight card, and it kind of did, but not enough, so I had to do it again, and it slipped in the embossing folder, so not brilliant. And then I worked out the plates that I needed, and I got a better cut, so I've got an idea for that. And that was another Christmas tree. I think this is the slightly better one of all of them. I sprayed the back lightly with water to see if that would make a difference, but it's just warped the card. But I think we can cut this down a bit and have some fun. So the first thing that I've done off camera, you know how to mat and layer, just love this white on white. So I've taken that stag and I've cut it down to about 13.5 centimetres, because this is a 15 centimetre card blank. If you'd got a 7-inch card blank, you could use all of the embossing folder, no problem, but I don't have any card that big. And I've just matted it on a little bit of the silver sparkle, and I'm going to have a play with some of the other things and come back to you to show you what I've made. So I've had a little play for a couple of hours, and I've come up with some cards. I've still got a lot of embossing bits left. I'll just talk through what I've made with you. They're not brilliant because I'm not feeling my best, but I'll bring in what I've made anyway, and you can let me know what you think. So this is just the simplest of cards. Just that stag embossing folder with little trees in the background there and the snowflakes. I really like that. So just simple matte layer. I think it looks really elegant. Let's get rid of the glue snot off there. I think that looks really elegant, and I could have put a little sentiment on there, but I just think it speaks for itself, doesn't it, with a little star at the top. And then I wanted it to kind of look as if the you were looking in on the stag, if that makes sense. And I used this set of dies, if I can find it, that I bought back in January or February, this layered decollage die. There's quite a big gap between each one, and I shall look, I think, for another one where the gap is smaller, because you have got quite a big layer. And I've mounted the top layer on a bit of foam just to give a bit of dimension. It would be quite nice if you'd got tree die cuts to put those in there, so it looked as if the stag was peering out from the forest. Yes, and of course it is a slightly rectangular shape, not a square shape, and I've put it on a square card base. So work in progress, but yeah, there's that. Then this one that is the Nativity Scene that has got the cutout parts, I've just simply backed onto some silver sparkle card. But you could do die cut this several times and paper piece these in different coloured glitter cards or holographic cards or whatever to make quite a nice background. And of course my theme today was white on white, but you could emboss this onto some lovely distressed backgrounds, you know, to get the sky coming through. But yeah, I quite like that. Then this one is a 4.5 by 5.5 card. I've just simply highlighted the 25 in red just for a pop of colour, and again on that simple silver sparkle. The stag through the decal die cuts, I'd got this portion left and I thought I don't want to waste it, and you've got all this lovely snowflake stuff going on and the little star. So I've just used Tim Holtz Clippings Winter Wonderland from the seasonal small chat, I think it is, and that's a 3 by 6 slimline card, just, you know, to not waste it. I think that is one of my favourites out of everything that I've done. And then I've used the Christmas tree that was slightly 3D, and I've used some Pebeo gilding wax, a bit heavy-handed, but I don't know whether you can see, you actually, if you polish with a soft cloth, you actually do get a real metallic shine. And I splodged a fingerprint here, so I've got this silver metal sentiment Christmas tree. I've had these a very long time. I don't know where they came from, but I wish I'd got more in different sentiments and sayings. But you can see, well, I don't know whether you can, a little bit heavy-handed with the gilding wax, and I've got some silver on the background. Sorry if I'm glaring you, whereas ideally you just want it on the top layer. But yeah, seeing as I'm not 100%, you know. Then this was one of those embossing folders that had an area that was blank, and I've just stamped, because there's snowflakes here. If kisses were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard. I don't know where the stamp has come from. It's not in a packet. I think it might have come free with a magazine, but there's all kinds of nice Christmas sentiments on there. And again, just backed on some silver sparkle card, which I have used quite a lot of today. Then I think this is one of my favourites. I've had this in my stash a very long time. It's a Crafter's Companion Edgeabilities die. Scenic Borders it is. And you get 3. It should have been $14.99 back in the day, but I got it for £8, as you can see on there. And you've got the houses, Santa's sleigh and the trees. And I've just put that on a background of silver card, and just die cut these at different widths on the card and cut them down to be the same width. And then I've put a little bit of the Cosmic Shimmer Glitter Jewels in Iced Snow, which is clear, which I really like. Really like that. I think that's my favourite, and I've introduced a little bit of black, and the trees and the houses are just raised up on a little bit of 3D foam tape. And then finally I used the waste from the stag card from this one. Thought waste not, want not, and I've just put this through the snowflake little background embossing folder, and I like the elegance of this. And again, I've introduced a little bit of black, so I've cheated a bit. It's not white on white, but I just think that is so elegant, and I think that's my favourite card actually. That and the 3x6 card I think are my favourites. Simple, elegant, and I've just matte and layered on scraps. Each snowflake is unique, just like you, and that's from a Hunky Dory for the Love of Stamps set. And finally, I just wanted to show you the St Paul's Cathedral one. I haven't done anything with the white version, but I've just embossed it in black, and I've just put some silver glitter card on a 5x7 card, and I'm just literally going to try and not emboss, I'm going to try and highlight this really lightly, and you only need the tiniest bit. And I'm putting it on my glass mat, which you can't see, and I'm putting 2 fingers in and rubbing it around, so I've got it just there like that, and I'm just going to literally just wipe very lightly. See, I've smudged there. You need to just be more precise and very gentle. You see, I've splodged a bit there. But just go in very gently, and a little goes a long way. You saw how much I put on my fingers, and I've still got some on my mat. Picking up those snowflakes. Yes, I had a little globule there, look, that has but I don't mind that so much because it looks like stars. I'm just going to come in down here a little bit more, but you see I've splodged there. Not myself at all, ladies and gentlemen. I shouldn't really be putting up videos when I'm not well, should I? I'm just coming in with a bit of kitchen roll, and you can see how it's just picking up that gilding wax even more. You get a real metallic shine. And I think out of all of the gilding wax colours, I think there's 4, maybe 3. I know there's 2 golds. There's an Egyptian gold and a antique gold or something, but I think the silver is my favourite. But yeah, I've splodged down here because I was in a hurry, because I don't want to keep you too much longer. But the edge here, that's what I'm talking about, where you get that real metallic shine, and on there as well. And I don't know whether if I put a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on the card, whether I'll get rid of those. At the end of the day, it's just card, isn't it? Let's have a little try, actually. I've got some IPA here. And put a little bit on my kitchen paper here and see if it'll remove it. It does a bit. But you can see how you just need the tiniest bit. I'm going to leave that at that before I spoil it. I'm not going to put this on that card blank. I'll save it for something else and just have this as an experiment. Perhaps cut down just St Paul's Cathedral. I don't know. Or just stick it in the trash. I don't know. But I'd love you to have a go at white on white and show me your makes. I don't have a Facebook group. I'm thinking of setting up a Facebook group so people can share their makes with me. But tag me on Instagram. I'm Paper&Twine Crafts, and put white on white or something. And yeah, I'd love to see what you make. Use what you've got in your stash You won't have the same things as me, but I'm sure you'll have things that are similar. So I will be back tomorrow, all being well, if I've got rid of this cold. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'm sorry it's a bit bleh. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye now.